So if you have been following along with us for a while, maybe quite a while, you probably know that this homesteading journey for us it's about much more than just homesteading, and it's about much more than just healthy food or even resilience in these uncertain times. Certainly we talk about all those things, and they're very, very important to us. And our journey started, with a bit of a health wake up with the vaccine reaction from our son that kind of got us on this trail to begin with. But over the years, and we've had many conversations along the way here at Homesteading Family, about generational vision, about the value of living closer to the land, working closer together, building strong family ties that will last the test of time, hopefully generational. I'm thinking to the third and fourth generation is the goal in what we do here, besides the day-to-day land stewardship, food production, self-sufficiency, all of that. We want to provide, hopefully, a life that our kids are attracted to. Not that they all stay right here, but that hopefully as they go out in the world and they find the purpose that God has for them, that hopefully that's closer to home, closer to each other. We're not going to be here forever, but we want them to be bonded to each other, bonded to the land, of course, united in their faith. And so with that, over the years has come a vision of hoping that we could provide some land for the kids to live closer or to live on property if they wanted to. Our second child, our oldest daughter, just got married. Some of you have heard about that. And when they got engaged, they asked us, so honored, they asked us, can we live on the property? Is there a way that we could live here? Not with us, not in the house, but if we could carve out a space for them. And we were so honored by that, so honored by her fiance, now husband, Joshua. I'm Josh, he's Joshua. We had to sort that out, but thankfully we're both particular. I like Josh, he likes Joshua. Anyway, so Joshua and Rachel wanted to be a part of this vision. They wanted to stay here close. And was there anything to do, anything to work out? So we looked at all kinds of options. We had literally, when we started this conversation, about 3 months before the wedding to think about how could we do something. And if you've followed us a while as well, or just looking around, you can see we don't do much small. We're not good at small. We kind of go all in. And so as we got to thinking about this and looking at an old Airstream trailer we have, or this option or that option, we got a little space. We had a little pad already. What about a small cabin? And I was like, I used to build homes. I'm like, 3 months? A build? In a year that we're taking a break? Oh man, I don't know. But we looked at all the options. We looked at the time frame coming into winter, and we decided, you know what? This is a moment that it's worth it to just go ahead and get a start. So can we build a cabin in what turned out to be 67 days from the time that we started? So we started this conversation about 3 months ago. By the time we made the decision to do it, drew up some plans for this little 16 by 32, what is that? That's 500 square footish, I think, in my head. We had 67 days to build something, and so we decided to go for it. We were just so excited that they wanted to take the step, that they wanted to be close. Here we go, 67 days, and I had to tell them, I had to say, look, we can get something together. I don't know what we're going to get together. I'll make sure, if you guys will work hard at it and we get some of the family to pitch in, that we get something that is dried in, warm, meaning insulated, has heat, has some water, and has some power. But it's all off grid. The location that it has to be on the property, and of course, just even the timing, has to be off grid. Let's go take a look inside. All right, here is the cabin. Now, just a little bit of a backdrop. This is about 500 square feet, so it's pretty small. A little bit of loft up there that we'll finish later, and a utility room back here that's a little over 150 square feet. So enough for a young couple to get going. And this space I'm in here is kind of living room, kitchen. You can see We have a little bit of a kitchen going, got some plumbing to finish up here. Stove is in and refrigerator is in. Eventually there will be another counter right here, about the size of that one. So neat little spot for a young couple. This is heated by wood. We've got a nice little wood stove. The kids found a great price on this older Vermont casting wood stove. It's perfectly sized and got a really good deal on it. Very good stove. And it's going to heat this space really well. Now, I love these windows. They got a nice little view right out here. This is a southwest face, which for our environment is really nice. It gives them lots of light since this is off grid and they're just running on a generator. So during the day, they may not even have to have the generator on. They've got a lot of light in here. Nice little view out into this wetlands. And also, we don't get a lot of sun in the winter, but when we do get some opportunity, they'll get some extra light and a little heat gain. That's kind of the main space here. It's let me see if I can get back and get you a little view. Now, obviously it's not all finished inside. The goal was to get it livable. We had 67 days to build this thing. And so I told them, hey, we can get something dried in and heat and water and power, and that's about it. So we will be working on this over the next year to finish the inside, certainly this winter sometime. But, simple little hallway. I designed this, laid all this out. Bedroom back here. Again, not finished yet, but a nice little 8x11 bedroom. So not huge, but definitely will do. Some closet space back there. In kind of a standard little bathroom. Now, because we're off grid and we've got a gray water system, we're going to do composting toilets, starting with the basics. Good old 5-gallon bucket, a toilet seat, which isn't on yet, and some wood shavings. Maybe we'll talk more about that another time, but that allowed us to keep the wastewater, just a gray water system, very simple. And kind of a standard sized bathroom here. So really cool. I'm really pleased with this. This has turned out so neat. And then let's see, other details you guys might want to know. So water, heating, and stove is by propane. And so that's great. That's well contained. We've got our heat again here with the wood stove. And then this is our utility room. We built a wider door. This was a cool door. I'll show you the outside in a minute, but I custom built this door because we've got our water collection and everything inside. So these are some IBC totes you can see. And I'll take you outside in a minute, but we're collecting water from the roof, and we wanted 1,000 square foot of roof collection. That's going to give us about 600 gallons of collection capacity per inch of rain, roughly. And right now we have a little under 600 gallons in storage. We'll probably add 2 more of these in time, and to end up with about 1,200 gallons of storage. We originally were going to put the water storage underground, but by the time we built that system out, and the reality that we still needed a place for water heater, for electric, right now we're on generator coming into that panel, but we're going to add some battery banks this winter, eventually some solar. And so we needed some space besides pantry living. So this is a great little 160, 175 square feet. And the rainwater comes in this upper pipe here from the gutters, fills the tanks, and then when they overflow, they're going to flow out and on. Once we have overflow, you can see here, this is plumbed in. We have a filter along with a couple other filter systems outside onto our pump, just a very simple pump onto the water heater and on into the house. Eventually we'll have a washer and dryer over here for them. They're going to start just using ours at the house, and over time we'll finish this out. So here's another view on their living space. This is going to be tight when it all gets filled in, but so doable, so cozy for a young couple. getting a start. And this is a hallway that will go up to the loft. And they won't use this right away, but eventually there will be some stairs. We'll go in here. You see there's a ladder right there. And it will go up to the loft space. And there's maybe 100, 120 square feet up there. We'll probably put a wall in up here. They've got a little bit of light and some windows to get light into that space. So there will be some storage space up there. This part's not really usable. This side over here will be usable. So that'll come later. Very, very excited about this. Very excited about getting them situated here. And yeah, let's go and take a look outside. Okay, so here's one angle from the outside. I wanted you to see the roof because, again, besides getting them enough space to get by with, but keeping this thing within a budget and not too big, we did want to get 1,000 square foot of roof for water collection. And this worked out really, really good. The footprint of the living space is 16 by 32. And then it's got the utility room, which you saw from the inside back over here. That's 12 by 16. And then we just went ahead and filled the roof out, made a little carport. They'll be able to park under there. And that's going to serve them real well, but it gives us enough roof space to catch enough water to keep them in water most of the year. The dry of the summer, they may have to haul water a little bit, but they should be good most of the year with the amount of rainfall we get and this size roof. I'll just walk you around for a second. We'll come back and talk about water and power and everything. A little tall on this side because of the loft, but it's all dried in for the winter. We'll have to finish this out in the spring because we've run out of time and budget for the year. That's the front side. A beautiful little meadow. We will probably put a porch in here. This is the southwest side. They'll want a little outdoor space, so eventually we can do a little porch off of here, 6 feet out or something, give them a nice little outdoor space. And we'll probably finish this with wood. Maybe wood we'll mill ourselves. Not sure yet. That's my hope, but we'll see what happens. A little carport. Of course, we're still cutting up kindling here. Leftover construction scraps. We don't want anything to go to waste. So still getting that stocked up. We've got a generator, Honda 5000. This is a little more than we need. But this is actually one that we had from the other house, so we didn't have to buy anything, which was nice. And this is powering the house right now. Like I was saying earlier, eventually on the inside, we'll get a battery bank. Then they can have some power. When the generator's not running, the generator will be there to charge the power bank. And then later, probably not for the next year or two, eventually we'll add some solar panels in. This is a unique door because we've got the IBC totes in there, and we wanted to be able to add more later and like change them out if we ever had an issue. I had to build this door because buying one this wide, almost 4 foot wide, was just ridiculously expensive. And so we just built this out of cedar. Anyways, I'm excited about the door. I really like it. Cedar door, fun, older style, and will serve our needs well. Of course, we've got room for storage in this carport for wood. It's going to take them probably a couple of cords of wood a year. And you know what's really cool? We built this, you guys, in 67 days on Saturdays and evenings, and everybody just pitched in. Our family pitched in, the friends pitched in. We got everything done ourselves except for the plumbing. We had to hire out the plumbing a little bit. That had to do a little more with just time, running out of time and needing to get this done. So they've got a good bank of wood. I don't know if this will get them through the winter, but it'll get them a good start. And then let me tell you about the water collection. So you can see there's a gutter on here, and the gutter's got a fine screen. So it's gonna screen out all the leaves, all the bigger debris. Still gonna get some dust and particles, but that is our first level of filtration, which just keeps all the bigger debris out. And then when we come around the corner to the gutter right here, this comes in to a pipe system. And what's gonna happen is water's gonna fill up this pipe first. We may need to add on to it. I don't know if it's enough volume, we'll see. But water's gonna fill into this pipe, and that's gonna catch the initial water off the roof that's dusty, dirty. Maybe there are a few particles. It's a pretty fine mesh up there, but it's gonna catch that initial bit of rain. There's then a plug down here that we can release it. Looks like it might even be dripping a little. we'll be able to release the water out of that. And then when this fills up, okay, it will overflow and come along here and then into the house. And that goes into that higher pipe that I was showing you earlier and starts to fill the tanks. And then when the tanks get full, it's gonna overflow into here and on out, and we'll just run down into the wetland area. And that is our water catchment system on here. Like I said, about 600 gallons per inch of rain. We get about 30 inches of moisture a year, so you can do the math on that if you want. What are you boys doing?
We're getting gas for the generator.
Oh, okay, they're filling up the gas for the generator, so the newlyweds have plenty of gas to power up. And we'll also have, of course, we'll have our trash out here. We'll have a bucket of wood shavings for the composting toilet. All right, so there you go. There's again our little cabin in the woods for Joshua and Rachel. They're literally going to be showing up here in about 3 hours. So we've got to get that plumbing together. We've got a few little electric items to do. Get the carport cleaned out, try to get as much kindling chopped as we can and cut up there so we can get that saw out of there, and just be ready to welcome them home. And I'm so proud of these kids, these young kids. They're adults, but you know, to some of us that are a little bit older, they're kids. I'm so proud of them. They have worked so hard to help make this happen. They've been so willing to not have to have it perfect. Obviously, you know, like we got to get a light fixture in, and you know, we're going to have to finish the exterior. We're coming into winter here. We're going to start getting snow anytime. So, but this is dried in enough to get through the winter. And, you know, and the inside isn't finished, but it's got the basics, and they're willing to step into that, to own it, and to build a little future for themselves right here and continue to turn this into home. I'm so excited for them. And I'm also excited to hand this project off and get ready to settle in for winter and finish up our winter prep. And with that, I'm going to go get to work. It's been great hanging out with you. If you've got questions, other parts about the off-grid, this is certainly our first off-grid build. I built homes for a long time before we did all this YouTube homesteading family stuff. Most of this was not new to me, but you got questions, comments, let us know. Thanks for hanging out. See you soon.